An Everyday Novel presents a reading of What Came Before by the author, Degani.
Hi, my name is Degani, and I'm going to read to you from Chapter 1 of my new suspense novel, What Came Before. It's the story of Abbie Palmer, who wants to exert some independence from her husband of 25 years, but the discovery of a family secret shatters her plans. And now, Chapter 1. Stranger. Sunday, May 19th, 2002. I don't think much about my mother anymore, almost never dream about her. But when I do, she's sitting in a scratchy red chair, its textured pattern swirling into roses. I'm on her bony lap, maybe 3 years old, my fingers tracing the maze along the chair's upholstered arm. Her hands hang empty over the sides. Sometimes I feel a sigh riffle my hair. It's all in my dream. The sky darkening outside the bungalow, the prickle of the chair against my arm, the smell of Maxwell House coffee on my mother's breath, the scene morphing into my front porch, a stranger in a black linen suit, a slammed door, the scrawled note, the gray floorboards beneath my feet turning to muck. I can't run, can't breathe, dry kernels blow through my lips. I wake up sweating, legs tangled in sheets, eyes gritty, mouth dry, my brain jammed together like frozen broccoli. I rattle my head and the nightmare dissipates, leaving me alone in my bed at the Tiki Palms. It was 94 degrees in our Hollywood bungalow when my mother opened the door to our O'Keefe and Merritt oven, turned on the gas, and stuck in her head. If she'd had a car, she could have driven down Sunset Boulevard, through cooling hills, and walked into the ocean. Maybe then she would have changed her mind. I was 4 years old. Back in 1954, reporters and camera guys were at the bungalows before the cop cars cooled down. Like radio's landmark coverage of the failed rescue of Kathy Fiscus from the bottom of a well, my mother's suicide became a media first. Images from her Hollywood lifestyle and tragic death flickered across American television screens for hours. She was the beautiful starlet who'd scandalized decent folks by appearing on the cover of Life magazine in a bikini, then shocked them by taking her own life while her daughter slept in the room next door. Speculation was rampant. Why had she done it? How would this affect her movie star husband? And most of all, who had rescued the child? Reporters still remember my mother's suicide, so when the stranger in the black linen suit showed up yesterday afternoon, I thought she was from Access Hollywood or some docudrama like Sex, Kitten, Suicide. I told her to get the hell off my porch. Even in this morning's dim light, I can see the stranger's phone number leaching through the gasoline receipt on my nightstand, the one she left wedged between the knob and the doorframe. I roll over, give the scrap of paper my back. If I'd only used the coin-operated washing machine here at the apartment instead of using the Maytag at my house, the woman wouldn't have found me. Stop. Focus on today. Grocery store, essays, this afternoon's ceramics class, the feel of clay between my fingers, a shower, get back to normal, my new normal now that I'm on leave from my husband to do what? Find myself? Oh God. I glance at the clock, 8:15, and flop on my back and let yesterday unreel itself against my eyelids. Phoenix was barking in the side yard, me in sloppy sweats grabbing wet clothes from the washer, suddenly interested in escape instead of dry socks. I slammed out the front door of my house where I should be living, but don't. And then the slip of paper floated from the door jamb onto the porch, settling, thin and persistent at my feet. I duck under the blanket, shiver. Throw it off and sit up, put my feet on the floor, drop my head in my hands. Let myself remember what happened next. Stumbling upstairs to my closet, I pulled the step stool up against my abandoned clothes. From high on a shelf, I grabbed a plastic container full of memorabilia, but it was heavier than I thought, jerking itself out of my hands, hitting the floor on its side, breaking apart. I tossed the junk back into the box, a broken leather poetry book, drawings, report cards, and from my mother, a handkerchief, her crystal bracelet. Then I spied the photograph tumbled against my tennis shoes. I reached for the stained rectangle of board, a washed-out Lorenzo of Hollywood stamped on the back. And on the front, me and my mother, together in that chair, just as we are in my dream. Enough. I wrenched myself out of bed, teeth aching from last night's pancakes. I'll purge today, drink plenty of liquids, no coffee, just tea, green tea, broth, and lots of water. I won't go out. I'll write a story. I'll go to the museum. The bathroom mirror reveals 2 crescent-shaped cuts along my hairline. I thought I was done digging into my skin at night. I grip my toothbrush, but can't resist my reflection. A brown-eyed, plainer version of my mother stares back. I have her nose, her long, smooth jaw, her strawberry blonde hair, but I don't have her aqua eyes, and I don't have her freckles. In the living room, I snatched the lid from the plastic box I brought with me from home yesterday afternoon and pull out the photograph. My profile tilts toward my mother's face, but she's looking beyond me, into the distance, an expectant angle to her head as if she's waiting for someone other than me. I have to call her, that woman in the black linen suit. In the bedroom, I smooth the gas receipt where she'd written her name and number, then pick up the phone and dial. After the first ring, I almost hang up, but the 5 devastating words the stranger scrawled beneath the 7 digits stops me. Your mother is my mother. What can I say to her? Your freckles don't mean a damn thing? Because after all, that stranger, who left this note on the porch, curled between the door and the jamb, this Olita Jordan, who claims to be my sister, is African American, and I'm not. And that's chapter 1 from my suspense novel, What Came Before.
What Came Before is now available online at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And to find out more about the author and her work, visit Degani.com or like and follow her on Facebook and Twitter.